Hi, everybody. I am not in Florida anymore. It's extremely cold. 34, is that even cold? For me, it's cold. I'm interrupting my posting from Florida. I wanted to record this video in real time. I wanted to share a story over the past few days, or really over the past week, in regards to what's been going on out in the world right now. And I'm not pushing my beliefs on anyone. It's really up to the individual watching this video to make sort of their own assumptions on what's going on. Let me start out by saying if anyone has lost anyone or has suffered from complications due to what's going on in the world right now, my heart does go out to you. I'm not out here saying it's not real. I'm not out here saying not to wear a mask. I'm not out here to cause anarchy. I'm the last person to do that. If you know me well enough, I'm not a very violent person, if at all. But again, I wanted to share my story and hopefully just make some people think and question. So as many of you have been following my travels over the past couple months, I did come back north. Came back home to just take care of a few things and wanted a little bit of time off the road. So the original house I was going to stay at, there was some work being done there, so that wasn't an option. I reached out to someone else, and they asked me to take a test for the thing that's going around. I said I wasn't on my agenda of things to do, but if it, makes you feel, more at ease and comfortable, I'm okay with doing it. It's a simple test. At least I thought it was a simple test. I figured come back, you walk into a clinic, get tested, and in a couple of days you come up either positive or negative. I wasn't worried about having it. In fact, I don't know, many of you may have know this now. Last January when I was in Vancouver, for 2 days I got sick, really one night. Now looking back on it, I was sick. I had pretty much all the symptoms, and I was saying I didn't have respiratory symptoms, but I remember at night now looking back and throughout the evening I was waking up every half an hour or so. So a lot of mucus and a lot of fluid, coughing up a lot of fluid. And I remember waking up at times choking sort of on this fluid, not to the point where I thought I was going to die or anything, but I just thought it was different. Anyways, I kicked the cold in a few days, and that was it. I had a dry cough. Looking back on some of my videos from Sedona last February, I still sort of had that dry hacking cough a few weeks later, months later. But maybe I had it, maybe I didn't. I don't know. So anyways, I get back to Jersey, and literally the first thing I did when I got back into Jersey, I went to a clinic. They were not accepting reservations anymore for the day. The second clinic I went in, the lady didn't look too happy, but that could just be me judging. She said, we were not doing reservations the rest of the day. You have to come in early in the morning. She said, all right. So the third place I went to, they wanted to charge me $125 because I didn't have insurance. And the lady actually said to me, she said, there are places that do it for free. Why spend the money? And I said, no, you're right. I'm not spending $125 to get this test for something that is apparently devastating the world. So the fourth place I went to, I scheduled for a rapid test, and they said they needed my social security number because I didn't have health insurance. And at the time I didn't follow up on it, but I sort of was that's kind of weird. So I never filled out the paperwork. I wound up canceling that, and someone had told me they were doing free tests in the town I live in. So I went on, I signed up for that 9:30 appointment. This was yesterday, Monday. And in between that, I had also went online to CVS and Walgreens, and they have you fill out a questionnaire. And this questionnaire I filled out, I was ineligible at both places to get this test done. Why that is, because I wouldn't lie about my symptoms, and I didn't answer some of the other questions like I should have. But regardless, you should be getting these tests for free. So yeah, yesterday, Monday. So I pull into the lot at 9. My appointment was for 9:30. And I knew right away I was not getting in at 9:30. So I was about probably 35 cars deep. Poor girl by herself was working this stand, doing everything. I mean everything. Testing, getting the paperwork ready, putting the plastic bags to get, like, just everything. Multiple patrol cars there, which I thought was unnecessary, but okay, that's fine. So I waited, and within like 2.5 hours, a second person showed up. Didn't really expedite the line at all. So I finally get up there 4.5 hours later, and I'm still about 8 cars behind. And this girl comes up to the window, and I had a conversation with her. I said, man, you need to be like, I hope they give you so much money and so much praise for being out. She said, yeah, I know. Like, everyone's been telling me that. So I got in a conversation with her, and she's like, I almost quit. She's like, I literally almost just walked away from this parking lot. It was so overwhelming. So again, she asked me, she said she needs my health insurance. I said, I don't have it. She said, she'll be right back. She comes back. She says, I need your social security number. I said, why? She said, the government needs it to reimburse the company that's doing these tests. And I sat there for a good 5 minutes, and I didn't know what to do. I said, well, I either take this test, appease everyone, or I don't. And I sat with it, and I had all these scenarios going through my head, And she said, you're not doing it, are you? And I said, I just can't. There was something deep down inside of me that said, don't do it. And you can say, yeah, I'm being tracked on my phone right now, maybe being tracked, by using a credit card, all that stuff. But there was just something deep down. I was like, don't do it. So I didn't. I bailed on it. So it had me thinking a lot. Here I am talking about fear. Don't fear the media. Don't fear this. Don't fear that. And you could throw it back on me and be like, well, why are you fearing the government? I'm not so necessarily sure it's fearing the government. I think it's becoming clearer and clearer that there's just something deeper going on here. I passed the news yesterday. I was on the TV, and I said symptoms of the new vaccine out are the same symptoms that are in this virus going around. Now, why are they saying this virus is going to kill, or it is killing? It's just like the end of the world, yet they're now going to shoot you up with same said virus. There's just a lot to question, and that's really the point of my video is like, and I've said this before, if you really like fear this virus, that's okay. Like, there's no shame in that. But really just question. That's all I'm asking, is just to question everything that's going on. Look past the surface. Look past like everything that these people that are higher up on the scale are telling you. Like, they're people just like me and you. Just because they have a label that they're a president or they're a governor or they're a mayor, that makes them no better than any of us. Yeah, sure, science and doctors, their knowledge, I couldn't walk in and give surgery. I just don't have the knowledge to do that. But you get what I'm saying. So really, the past week has opened my eyes even more to like everything going on right now with this thing going on. It's not a joke, but it needs to be questioned. If this thing is so deadly, if this thing is rapidly spreading, if this thing is like the end of the world, why couldn't I just go in and get a simple test? Sure, I could have paid $125, but that defeats the purpose. Sure, I could have given my social security number away, but again, why do they need to have my number? I have my theories. I have my theory as to why they wanted my social security number. But again, it makes no sense. It just makes no sense. So, moral of the story, just keep asking questions. Question it all, because I think they know people are fighting back. I do. I can't tell you what to do. Do whatever you feel is right. But don't just fall online because someone says you need to be in your house by 10 o'clock. You need to wear a mask. You can't be in a restaurant next to a person. I can go into a restaurant. I have to walk into a restaurant with a mask on. But as soon as I sit down, I can take it off. It doesn't make any sense. And if you look around Instagram and you look around YouTube, and there are videos. There was a video of a family that got thrown off a United flight because the young girl wouldn't wear her mask. There's a video of a restaurant out in California that got shut down. Meanwhile, the governor has a huge banquet set up outdoors right next to it. There's so much shit going on. And I'll leave you with this. I heard this from someone, so I'll pass it on. It's like, give us advice what to do and let us make our decisions. Like, it's like treating a child. Like, think about yourself as a child. Like, if your parents told you not to do something, you're probably going to do it. And it's the same thing now. These orders are coming down to no, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. I don't have the answers. I don't know what to do. All I can do is continue to kind of live my life and sort of do what I need to do to get by. So I hope this video sheds a little bit of light. I hope it can make some of you think out there. Again, if you disagree, that's fine. I have no problems. If you shut me off a quarter of the way through this, halfway through this, no problem. But I suspect a few of you made it all the way through. So wishing everyone safe. Just be safe out there. Just continue the question, as I've said. And yeah, we'll get back to my Florida trip tomorrow. So love you all. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you all soon. Bye. In addendum to that video, I remembered while I was running, and I'm not doing that whole video over again. I did attempt to get tested again at the second place that I went to. I went back the following morning, and there was a long line of people standing out there in sub-freezing temperature waiting to get into the clinic. And eventually I got up to the lady. She took my name, and it was about 7 hours later they gave me a call back and said I had a 20-minute window to get from where I was up to the testing center. And that was not happening. So I did want to share that too, because that was another option that yeah. Everyone stay warm out there, and see you all soon. Bye.